The park was alive with the laughter of children. Swings creaked rhythmically, moving back and forth as if in a dance with the wind. The air was filled with the sounds of joy and carefree play, a stark contrast to the solitude felt by some. Pigeons pecked at scattered crumbs, their heads bobbing up and down in a synchronized manner. The birds seemed content, finding sustenance in the small offerings left behind by park visitors. Amidst the joyful chaos, a woman sat alone on a bench. Her name was Elara. She watched the scene unfold before her, feeling like an outsider looking in. At 40, she felt a profound sense of emptiness. The vibrancy of life seemed to have faded, leaving her with a dull ache that she couldn't quite shake off. Life had lost its vibrancy. The colors that once painted her world had turned to shades of gray. Each day blended into the next, a monotonous cycle that offered little excitement or joy. Her days were predictable, monotonous. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and repeat. The routine was suffocating, leaving her yearning for something more, something that could reignite the spark within her. She yearned for a spark, a reason to smile. She longed for a moment of serendipity, a chance encounter that could change the course of her life.
Excuse me, can I have my ball back?
Suddenly, a bright red ball bounced to a stop at her feet. Elara looked up, startled. The unexpected interruption pulled her out of her reverie. A little boy with sparkling eyes and a mischievous grin stood before her. His presence was like a burst of sunshine on a cloudy day. He couldn't have been older than 4. His innocence and exuberance were palpable, a stark contrast to the heaviness that weighed on Elara's heart. Elara couldn't help but smile. It was a small, hesitant smile, but it was genuine. It was as if the boy's joy was contagious, spreading to her in an instant. The boy's infectious energy was impossible to resist. He radiated a pure, unadulterated happiness that Elara hadn't felt in years. She picked up the ball and gently rolled it back to him. The simple act of returning the ball felt significant, like a small step towards reconnecting with the world around her.
Thank you.
And with that, he was gone, running back to his game. His laughter echoed in the air, leaving a lingering sense of warmth in Elara's heart. But in that brief exchange, something shifted within Elara. It was as if a small crack had formed in the wall of her solitude, allowing a sliver of light to seep through. The boy's innocent joy had touched her in a way she didn't expect. It reminded her of the simple pleasures in life, the moments of happiness that she had long forgotten. Elara found herself drawn back to the park day after day. Each visit was a small escape from the monotony of her daily life, a chance to reconnect with the world around her. She couldn't explain it, but she felt an inexplicable pull towards the boy's infectious energy. It was as if his joy was a beacon, guiding her back to a place of happiness and contentment. She watched from a distance as he ran, laughed, and played with an unadulterated joy that she had forgotten existed. Each laugh, each smile, was a reminder of the beauty of life. His name, she learned, was Leo. The name suited him, she thought, as it carried a sense of brightness and warmth, much like the boy himself. Elara felt a renewed sense of purpose. The chance encounter with Leo had sparked something within her, a desire to seek out the joy and beauty in life once more. She began to interact more with the children and their parents, slowly becoming a part of the park's vibrant community. Each interaction, each smile, helped to mend the pieces of her broken spirit. Elara started to find joy in the small moments, the simple pleasures that she had once overlooked. The sound of laughter, the sight of children playing, the warmth of the sun on her face. All these became sources of happiness. She felt more connected to life than she had in years. The park, once a place of solitude, had become a sanctuary of joy and connection. Elara and Leo formed a special bond. They played together, laughed together, and in those moments, Elara felt truly alive. The emptiness that had once consumed her was slowly being replaced by a sense of fulfillment. Elara had found her spark, her reason to smile, in the most unexpected of places. As the sun set over the park, casting a golden glow over the scene, Elara felt a deep sense of peace. She knew that this chance encounter had changed her life in ways she couldn't have imagined. With a smile on her face and hope in her heart, Elara walked away from the park, ready to embrace whatever the future held. One afternoon, Elara gathered her courage and approached Leo and his mother. They were busy building a sandcastle, their faces lit up with concentration. Elara hesitated, unsure how to intrude on their world of laughter and make-believe.
Excuse me, I'm Elara. I've seen you both here a few times. It's nice to meet you, Elara. Leo talks about the nice lady who always comes to the park.
You're the ball lady!
Elara felt a warmth spread through her chest. She was no longer just a face in the crowd to this little boy. He had noticed her, remembered her. As the days turned into weeks, Elara became a regular fixture in Leo's life. She would sit with him and Sarah at the park, sharing stories and laughter. She marveled at Leo's boundless energy and his ability to find wonder in the simplest of things. He had a way of looking at the world with fresh eyes, noticing the intricate details that she had long stopped seeing. Leo's innocence was a breath of fresh air for Elara. His presence brought a sense of purity and simplicity that she had long forgotten. It was as if his very being was a reminder of the beauty that still existed in the world, a beauty that she had become blind to over the years. He reminded her of a time when life was simple, when the world was full of possibilities, a time when her dreams were still within reach and the weight of responsibilities had not yet settled on her shoulders. She often found herself lost in memories of her own childhood, a time when she too saw the world through innocent eyes. He saw magic in everyday occurrences, like the way sunlight danced on the leaves or the patterns formed by clouds in the sky. To Leo, the world was a canvas of endless wonder, each day a new adventure waiting to unfold. His excitement was contagious, and Elara couldn't help but be drawn into his world of imagination and discovery. He found joy in the smallest of creatures, spending hours watching ants march in a line or ladybugs crawl on blades of grass. His fascination with the tiny details of life was a stark contrast to the hurried pace of adulthood. Elara marveled at how he could find such profound joy in things she had long overlooked. Elara, weighed down by the complexities of adult life, had forgotten how to appreciate these simple pleasures. The demands of work, the pressures of society, and the constant rush to meet expectations had clouded her vision. She had become so focused on the destination that she had lost sight of the journey. But through Leo's eyes, she began to see the world anew. His perspective was a gift, a chance to rediscover the magic that still existed in the mundane. She found herself slowing down, taking the time to notice the little things that brought him so much joy. She rediscovered the beauty in the ordinary, the wonder in the mundane, the rustling of leaves in the wind, the gentle hum of bees, the vibrant colors of flowers in bloom. These were no longer just background noise, but symphonies of life that she had been missing. Leo's infectious laughter became a source of healing for her weary soul. His giggles were like a balm, soothing the aches and pains that had accumulated over the years. Each laugh was a reminder that happiness could be found in the simplest of moments. His boundless energy rekindled a spark of hope within her. Watching him run and play with such enthusiasm reminded her of the boundless possibilities that life still held. It was as if his energy was a beacon, guiding her back to a place of hope and optimism.
Elara, why are you always sad?
One sunny afternoon, as they sat under the shade of an old oak tree, Leo turned to Elara with a serious expression on his face. His innocent question pierced through the walls she had built around her heart, walls meant to protect him from her own struggles. Elara was taken aback by his question. She had always believed that her pain was hidden, that her smiles and laughter were enough to mask the sadness that lingered beneath the surface. But Leo's perceptiveness showed her that even the purest of hearts could sense the weight she carried. She had tried her best to shield him from her own inner turmoil, but somehow he had sensed her hidden pain. It was a stark reminder that children often see more than we give them credit for. They feel deeply, and their empathy can be both a blessing and a challenge.
Sometimes grown-ups get sad about things. Life can be complicated, and sometimes it makes us feel things that are hard to explain. But you make me happy, Leo. Your presence, your laughter, your love. They are the light that guides me through the darkest of times.
Leo pondered this for a moment, his brow furrowed in thought. His young mind was trying to grasp the complexities of adult emotions, a task that even grown-ups struggle with.
I'll always make you happy, Elara. We'll be happy together. His words were simple, yet they carried a profound promise. A promise of unwavering support and unconditional love.
And in that moment, Elara allowed herself to believe him. She realized that happiness wasn't a destination, but a journey, one that she could embark on with Leo by her side. His innocence was a gift, a reminder that even in the midst of life's challenges, there was always room for joy and hope. Their bond deepened with each passing day. It was a bond forged in the fires of shared experiences, both joyful and sorrowful. Each moment they spent together added another layer to their connection, making it stronger and more resilient. Elara learned as much from Leo as he did from her. Their relationship was a two-way street, a continuous exchange of wisdom and love. While she taught him about the world, he taught her about the simple joys of life, the importance of living in the moment, and the beauty of seeing the world through a child's eyes. She learned about resilience from the way he bounced back from disappointment, his tears drying as quickly as they came. Leo's ability to recover from setbacks was nothing short of remarkable. He faced each challenge with a determination that belied his young age, showing Elara that resilience wasn't about never falling, but about always getting back up. She learned about forgiveness from his ability to let go of grudges, his anger fading as quickly as it flared. Leo's heart was pure and unburdened by the weight of past hurts. He showed Elara that holding on to anger only prolonged the pain, and that true strength lay in the ability to forgive and move forward. Leo, in his own way, provided a source of strength for Elara. His unwavering support and innocent wisdom were like a beacon of light in her darkest moments. He reminded her that she was not alone, that she had someone who believed in her and stood by her side no matter what. He didn't shy away from her sadness. Instead, he faced it head-on, offering his presence as a silent but powerful form of support. Leo's empathy was beyond his years, and his willingness to be there for Elara, even when he didn't fully understand her pain, was a testament to his deep love for her. Instead, he offered her his unwavering love and support. His hugs were more than just physical gestures. They were a way of saying, "I'm here for you," without uttering a single word. In those moments, Elara felt a sense of comfort and security that she hadn't felt in a long time. He would hug her tightly, his small arms wrapped around her waist, as if he could absorb all her pain. Those hugs were like a balm to her wounded soul, a reminder that she was loved and valued. Leo's embrace was a sanctuary where she could let go of her worries, even if just for a little while. And in those moments of shared silence, Elara found a sense of peace that had long eluded her. The quiet moments they shared were filled with an unspoken understanding, a mutual recognition of each other's presence, and the comfort it brought. It was in these silent exchanges that Elara found the strength to keep going. One day, Elara received some difficult news. The weight of the information threatened to crush her spirit, leaving her feeling lost and overwhelmed. She didn't know how she would face this new challenge, and for a moment she felt completely alone. She sat on the park bench, lost in thought, her face etched with worry. The world around her seemed to fade away as she grappled with her emotions. The park, usually a place of solace, now felt like a vast, empty space where her fears echoed back at her. Leo, sensing her distress, climbed onto the bench beside her and snuggled into her side. His small, warm presence was like a lifeline, pulling her back from the brink of despair. He didn't need to say anything. His actions spoke volumes. He didn't need words to understand that she was hurting. His intuition and empathy were his greatest gifts, allowing him to connect with Elara on a deep emotional level. He knew that sometimes the best way to help was simply to be there. His presence alone was a source of comfort. In his quiet, unassuming way, Leo provided the support Elara needed to face her fears. His mere presence was a reminder that she was not alone, that she had someone who cared deeply for her. Elara wrapped her arms around him, holding him close. In that embrace, she felt a surge of strength and determination. Leo's love was a powerful force, giving her the courage to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In his innocent embrace, she found the strength to face her fears. Leo's love was a reminder that she was capable of overcoming any obstacle, no matter how daunting. His faith in her gave her the confidence to believe in herself. Leo, without realizing it, had taught her the power of simply being present, of offering comfort without judgment. His unconditional love and support were the greatest gifts he could give. And they were exactly what Elara needed to find her own resilience and strength.